All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into a tool that is an absolute game changer for how engineering, operations, and support teams collaborate. We're exploring Cloudlog. It's the unified incident investigation workspace built right inside the Cloudgate suite. Now, if you've ever felt like troubleshooting a complex system failure is just pure chaos, well, stick around because we're going to see how this tool transforms that messy process into a highly structured, almost effortless detective story. I mean, we've literally all been there, right? Ever tried debugging a critical failure using a blurry 12-hour-old screenshot? It's just incredibly frustrating. You're dealing with drifting email threads, stale data. Maybe someone forwards you a Slack message from 3 days ago. Ultimately, you end up chasing ghosts because the live data has already moved on. It's a daily nightmare for modern support and DevOps teams who are just trying to get to the root of a critical outage. So what exactly is the solution here? Well, Cloudlog is a support and incident investigation workspace inside the Cloudgate suite that directly connects platform reality to the people triaging the issue. And it does this via immutable snapshots. The absolutely crucial point here is that it completely replaces those scattered exports and messy chat logs. It gives your engineers, your support staff, and your reviewers a single source of truth that is completely frozen in time. To give you a day in the life roadmap, here's what we'll be covering. First, fixing incident tracking. Second, inside the workspace. Third, capturing immutable evidence. Fourth, centralizing communication. And finally, review, summarize, and resolve. Okay, let's jump straight into part 1, fixing broken incident tracking and moving away from scattered exports. The core philosophical shift that Cloudlog really brings to the table is moving away from treating a ticket like some messy inbox thread and instead treating it as an investigation record. Instead of disjointed replies and endless forwarded messages, you get a clean, chronological timeline. And honestly, this benefits literally everyone, from the engineers trying to recreate a tricky bug, all the way up to the compliance officers auditing your resolution process for security purposes. To really grasp this paradigm shift, we need to quickly clarify some terminology, specifically incident versus ticket. The incident is the underlying real-world problem. That's the broken API call, the failed checkout, or maybe a weird latency spike. But the ticket? That is the central workspace and the official record of work. We aren't just tracking a conversation anymore. We are building an accountable, data-backed record of the real-world problem. Moving on to part 2, inside the Cloudlog workspace. Let's take a categorical tour of your new investigation hub. Starting with the high-level view, we have the operations dashboard. If you're a manager or a team lead, this is your command center. You can instantly see your open backlog, tickets created versus closed over a specific period, and crucially, you can monitor team load. You get this real-time pulse of system health and can see exactly who is working on what, ensuring that no single assignee gets overwhelmed with urgent bugs. Now, taking it down to the grounds level view, the ticket tracker board is where your engineers and support staff are going to live day to day. It organizes work visually by assignee and status lanes, letting you just drag and drop cards to update their status. Everyone sees exactly where a specific issue's sitting in real time without having to awkwardly poke their colleagues for updates. And to keep everyone aligned, Cloudlog enforces a very specific, shared language across your whole organization. The steps are simply open, in progress, findings, in review, and closed. By standardizing this definitive lifecycle, everybody on the team is reading the exact same progression. There's absolutely no guessing if an issue is just kind of being looked at or if it is officially in review. You can see how this lifecycle is visually anchored right at the top of a pristine ticket detail view. The status strip is front and center, and right beneath it, you have all your general context, reporter metadata, and quick counts for linked evidence and correspondence. Before anyone even opens a tab or scrolls down, they can immediately answer where this issue is in its life. It is just incredibly efficient. All right, part 3, capturing immutable evidence. This is all about freezing system state at the time of the crime. You can actually gather a really rich list of evidence here. We're talking integration logs, HTTP logs, workflow runs, node history, schedulers, databases, selectors, and warnings. And the best part? You pull these directly from Cloudgate or Cloud Web without needing to set up some clunky separate data warehouse. The platform data is right there, ready to be attached to your investigation with a single click. This whole process relies heavily on the concept of a snapshot, which is the immutable stored copy of a piece of evidence at capture time. Now, why does this matter? Well, live production data changes, right? A log might rotate out, a database value might update, or a user might change their settings. A frozen snapshot ensures your audit trail remains perfectly accurate to the exact millisecond the incident occurred. Reviewers can absolutely trust what they're reading. Grabbing that evidence is super straightforward using the Support Ticket Evidence Capture Control modal. So wherever you are in the Cloudgate suite, if you spot the issue, you just click the capture icon. You pick the ticket, maybe type a short comment for your colleagues like, "Hey, here is the smoking gun," and hit attach. Just like that, the system state is now permanently frozen on your ticket. Look at this side-by-side comparison for a second. On one side, we have an integration log showing your internal API controllers, the request body, and the response. On the other, an HTTP log showing external wire-level calls and URLs. Engineers can effortlessly switch between debugging internal logic and tracing external service hops, all frozen in time and all within the exact same workspace. Moving along to part 4, centralizing communication and artifacts, basically stopping the scattered inbox forever. Notice how the email composer is natively embedded directly within the ticket itself. You aren't switching over to Outlook or some completely separate customer support tool. You send outbound mail straight from the workspace. Cloudlog automatically adds a unique ticket identifier to the subject line, meaning when your customer inevitably replies, their message maps flawlessly back to this exact chronological timeline. So no more copying and pasting emails into ticket comments. But what about things that aren't native system data? Don't worry, we've got you covered there too, using the Attachments tab. While system evidence is captured automatically, you can still effortlessly drag and drop external PDFs, customer screenshots, or architecture diagrams right into the same unified record. The whole shebang lives in one beautifully organized place. And finally, part 5, review, summarize, and resolve. This is how we close investigations with total confidence. Accountability really starts with the assignment card. Notice how it strictly separates the assigned to field from the reviewer field. This is totally intentional. Cloudlog separates the person doing the daily, messy investigation from the person required to formally sign off on it. This creates built-in accountability and ensures a fresh set of eyes validates the findings before anything is marked as done. And getting to those findings is easier than ever through the Summary and Findings tab. The system's AI basically does the heavy lifting for you, condensing what could be a massive timeline of snapshots, logs, emails, and comments into a clean, structured AI-generated conclusion. You can, of course, tweak and edit it, but it drastically speeds up the wrap-up process for your busy engineers. Which brings us to the finish line. Resolution. This is the agreed final outcome detailing exactly what was deployed, configured, or mitigated to address the incident. A ticket only hits this terminal closed state when the reviewers are fully satisfied with the evidence-backed findings. It's not just a status update. It is a true, defensible conclusion that you can rely on. So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this final provocative question. Are your postmortems built on hard evidence or fading memories? When the dust settles on a critical outage, relying on human memory and scattered chat threads is just a massive compliance and operational risk. Cloudlog gives you the immutable evidence you actually need to learn, adapt, and confidently resolve issues so they simply don't happen again. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope you found it insightful, and I'll catch you next time.